What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today, something very weird is going on within Destiny 2. What is it? Well, let's get started. Now, it involves everyone's favorite problem child of an exotic, the Telesto Exotic Fusion Rifle. Now, for those who may not know, essentially, almost every single patch, something goes wrong with the Telesto. It lets you do infinite orb generation glitches, causes invincibility, crashes your game, I don't know, but again, Bungie breaks this thing very often. In fact, so much so that Bungie itself is kind of in on the joke, releasing, meme emblems, calling it the problem child and stuff like that. So definitely it's kind of become a fun joke within the community. But as of today, there was a new update for Destiny 2. The main thing, if you go to the patch notes, was simply that linear fusion rifles were nerfed for PvE. Now, this nerf also added a flinch cap, so a lot of people are saying linears ended up getting buffed from this. That's a whole nother topic we're not going to touch on in this video, but there is nothing in here about the Telesto, which is weird because if you go into the game, as you can clearly see, the Telesto is not doing what it usually does. It usually just shoots some bolts of energy, but now it shoots these massive, slow-floating orbs that actually have a curved trajectory and will go up into the sky, as you can clearly see. So when this first happened, obviously everyone was all over Twitter, memeing on the Telesto. Oh my goodness, the Telesto is broken again. How does Bungie manage to do this every single patch? Blah, blah, blah. But then people started to notice some very interesting things. Mainly, you can switch back to the normal firing mode. If you hold reload, you'll do an animation that was not there before, and the gun will go back to firing exactly how it's fired in the past. Not to mention, when you first whip out the Telesto, it's actually smoking and sparking, as you can see if you look closely. Then if you do that reload animation, hold reload, it goes back to its normal version and stops smoking and sparking. So this now is making people think, wait a minute, this is actually intentional. A couple of news outlets are reporting that this is intentional, that this is not a bug, that it's actually a feature. So the Telesto now has this crazy new firing mode, but if you don't like it, again, you can switch back to how it's always been. But then things started to get very, very weird. Because once you switch from the quote-unquote broken mode to the normal mode, you actually can't switch back. Like, you'll see in the background gameplay, I'm just standing there looking into the sky. What I'm actually doing is holding reload, and nothing is happening. In fact, to get back to that normal broken firing mode, you actually need to either travel to a new destination or take the weapon off and put it back on. So you can switch from broken to normal, but not normal to broken. That's very weird if Bungie intentionally added this alternate fire mode, which is quite fun, by the way. I don't know how effective it is. It's very hard to use, as you can see from the background gameplay. But if they intentionally added it, first of all, you'd think they put it in the patch notes. Hey, Telesto has an alternate fire mode. Like, we basically buffed this exotic. People want to know about that stuff. But also, the fact that you can only switch one way, again, that makes no sense whatsoever. That's not how it works in any of the other guns that have alternate fire modes. But then, guys, here's where things go absolutely off the rails. So let me set the stage here quickly for a bit. There was, according to some data mined information, some hints that there might be a community event happening sometime between after a Festival of the Lost, which just ended yesterday, and the start of Season 19. So somewhat similar to the, Fractithist event, if you guys remember way back with Season of Dawn, like something where the community is coming together and doing something for a cause or something changes, and it's one last kind of send-off into the new season. All right, so when people were logging on, including myself, we were looking for this potential community event. Like, is there actually something going on here? Well, resident Destiny journalist Paul Tassi thinks that the Telesto is at least the start of the community event. As you can see, he thinks that what it's shooting are encoded messages, and goes even further to say that they actually might be constellations. And as a result of all of this, right now there are people on Twitch straight up shooting Telesto into the sky and trying to mark down different constellations to decipher what this thing means. And that sounds absolutely crazy, but you've got to consider a couple things. First of all, again, we've kind of established that this change is likely intentional. The new animation, the fact that it's literally sparking and smoking and then you switch it back to the normal, the fact that you can't switch it back, something is going on with the Telesto, and Bungie did this on purpose, and it's very abnormal. There is a measure of secrecy around here. Like, we know that there should be a community event, coming. And we also know that, Bungie didn't put this change in the patch notes for a reason. Maybe just a surprise, I don't know. And also something I do want to say in slight support of this claim that it's shooting secret messages is, if Bungie was going to do this with any weapon in the game, it would be the Telesto. Like, the Telesto is an infamous, meme within the community. When this was first discovered, again, everyone said, oh, the Telesto was broken again, ha ha ha. If Bungie did this with any other exotic, I don't even think people would notice, right? When there's a patch, people go out and specifically test the Telesto to see if something happened. So again, if they were gonna make an exotic shoot a secret message, it would be the Telesto. With all that being said, the whole message part could be a complete rabbit hole. It could just be a fun new firing mode for the Telesto. Maybe the glitched part is the fact that you can't change it back, or maybe you can't change it back on purpose, like maybe Bungie did that as part of the Telesto meme. In any event, I will definitely keep you guys posted if anything is discovered. If there is a secret message that leads to something, I'll definitely let you know on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed, but also hit that notification bell, or else YouTube just won't tell you about new videos. But definitely, guys, hop on to Destiny 2, try out the Telesto in the new mode. It's very silly, and let me know what you think, and also let me know if you start seeing any weird symbols within what the Telesto shoots. Guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.